Hey podcast, just before we get you to this episode, I wanted to invite you to join us at pageantlaunch.com. We are starting the world's first dedicated pageant review site, and we want you to join our launch team. All you need to do is put in your email address. It's completely free. We are looking to make the pageant industry safe, transparent, and fair, and we'd love your input on how to do that. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, whack in your email address, and let's get you to this episode. Hey everyone, it's Adrian from the Pageant Project. We are not able to go live this time, unfortunately, because my internet is bugging out. And I've mentioned Australian internet on multiple occasions, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But I'm going to say hello to Rachel, who is there as usual. Rachel, Ruby, and our special guest for today is Summer. Now, Summer, do you want me to call you Valentine or use your real surname? This is something I needed to clarify with you and I forgot.
I don't really mind. Van or Hogan, I don't mind.
Is Valentine actually like a middle name, or was it just a name you picked?
It's my middle name. I was born on Valentine's Day, so my parents chose that as my middle name.
That's the cutest.
It's really cute. I remember having this conversation with your mum as well, and I was like, that's the cutest name ever. And she's like, well, let me tell you the story. And she told me.
I don't think the story is very long. She was born on Valentine's Day. Isn't that that's a story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no more to that story than that. I'm going to call you. It is cute. I'm not disputing the cute. I'm going to call you Summer Valentine only because I just realized I put Summer Valentine here. So to call you Summer Hogan when it says Summer Valentine will confuse people and will confuse me. So, as I mentioned to all of you, the first thing we're going to do is talk about what we've been up to since last time we were on. And Summer, I guess for you can just tell us how things have been going in general, because obviously you've been busy with school and with the move. But the first question I need to ask is, Rachel, why is there a... Oh, I think I know the answer now, but you can tell it. What's the story with the giant one behind you?
The giant one is because on Sunday it's my 1 year pageant anniversary, so I decided to get a giant one.
You know, it's bad luck though to celebrate things before they happen.
No, it's fine because I did like a mini photo shoot with Maddie. That's fine.
It's a giant one, and what's next to it? It's like a balloon full of smaller balloons.
Wait, which way do I go?
Get your head out of the way.
It's a balloon full of smaller balloons.
Ooh.
I know. It's like, what's that word? It's like
it's a pregnant balloon.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Balloon
the word
babies.
for what? Balloon. The word you were looking for was balloon babies.
No. No.
You couldn't remember the word balloon or the word baby. What do you mean? You asked what's the word? What word? The word for what?
It's Inception. That's what it is. Inception. Isn't it?
The movie?
Yeah, it's Inception in balloon form.
I've seen Inception, and that movie confused me. But the only thing that's confused me more is that you just called your balloons Inception. I don't.
So I nearly called it something else that sounds very similar.
Okay, so Summer was worried that she wasn't going to be able to talk. As I told Summer before we started this, there's no need for you to talk, Summer, because the other two just keep talking nonsense most of the time. But I normally start with Rach. I'll start with Ruby this time. So Ruby, what have you been up to over the last 2 weeks? Because we missed out last week. Rach G was at an event, and the other Rachel we had on actually had an allergic reaction, unfortunately, so we didn't have last week. But last 2 weeks, bring us up to speed.
Okay, so I attended Samantha Hodgins Trivia Night, which was a part of NAMP for the Children's Hospital. That was a really great night. And only a couple of days ago, I met up with Jim from the Rotary. And it's been quite a few weeks since I gave my speech about Down syndrome, and he was happy to actually give me the check for $500 for Down Syndrome Australia, which is really, really incredible. And I'm just so thankful for all the staff who were there.
Tell us a little bit more about Rotary, because I know that the last I heard you were going to speak, I think, with Rotary. So what else happened?
Yeah, so the main thing was I went up and spoke to a bunch of their board members and a bunch of other people who in the fundraising community, and I just gave a speech about Down Syndrome Australia and what relevance it has to me. And basically the whole point of Rotary is they fund people who they feel need the funding. So that was a huge thing. It was really, really sweet. And I'm just so happy that they actually raised that much on behalf of basically me and Down Syndrome Australia.
That's amazing. Well done.
I know. It's good.
And you're going to bring us up to date with your preparations. Obviously, Summer is in preparations for NAMP. You are in preparations of a sort because of your dear mum. So how are NAMP preparations going for you?
Yeah, the dance routine, the opening number, came out a couple of days ago, and boy, was Mum like, this is hard. So we've been practicing that. She's finally getting the hang of it, which is really, really good. We've got all our outfits, so she'll be packing those tomorrow morning. And she has just been baking a lot of cookies for all the contestants. So you guys will all get some really yummy cookies.
What sort of cookies are they?
They're shortbread with marshmallow fondant.
Oh, yum.
Summer's like, yes.
For a second, I thought you said mouthwash fondant. I'm like, oh, that's.
Oh my God.
What is your mum doing? She's trying to poison the other contestants with mouthwash in her cookies.
They're the best cookies I've ever had, and many people said that also. So.
Are you allowed to eat cookies whilst you're competing at a pageant, though? That's the question.
Yeah.
You can eat whatever you want.
We're all like, yes, we are.
Yes.
You can't tell me what to do. It's my life.
If it makes you happy, do it.
True.
Yes, except my waistline might not agree with what makes my mouth happy. Okay, I'm going to go to Rachel and then I'll cut across to Summer. So, Rachel, what have you been up to over the last 2 weeks?
Well, I went to Maxim party for Halloween. That was really fun. I'd never been to one of those before, so I went with Maddie and I met a lot of really nice people, which was cool. And then after that, I also went to, did I tell you about Auto de Elegance? I can't remember when that happened. Life is so fast and lots of things happen.
When we had Maddie on, we talked a bit about it, and I think that was the last episode that we had. So we talked a bit about it. Yeah. But we weren't sure what was exactly going to be happening at the event itself. So do you have any more details?
I do.
Because it's on this Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah,
so do you want to give us the details on that?
Yeah. So we did a rehearsal on the weekend, just gone by, and it was really good. We had like a really cute like studio just near Central Station. It was really cool, and we were in there for a couple of hours, and we're going to be working with a couple of local like designers and with the fashion and everything like that. And we're going to be doing walks, and it's near like supercars, and it's going to be all like very intense and very cool. So I'm really excited about it.
Intense? Why is it going to be intense?
Well, supercars, it's like $20 million worth of supercars. If that's not intense, like...
It would only be intense if I let you drive a $20 million supercar, which I would not, because you can't drive. That would be intense.
I do know how to drive. I just don't like driving. I can drive.
Summer, I'm willing to bet that you drive better than Rachel does.
You probably do.
If you've ever played, next time we get together, we should just play Mario Kart. And one of you, I bet either Ruby or Rachel or both of you are going to be the one who just gets stuck against a wall and doesn't know how to turn around. Okay, both of them. So Summer, you can probably beat both of the. Chantel just shared a video on her Instagram story, and she said it was like, no, on Facebook, I think. And she said that it was totally her. And the video was of go-karting. And it's this guy, he's got a GoPro on his camera. And he's go-karting, and he's approaching a corner, and he's going really, really fast. And then he starts to slow down so he can turn the corner. As he's about to turn the corner that way, this person from nowhere shoots straight past him, going full speed, not slowing down at all, and goes straight into the tire wall and hit the tire wall so hard that she just popped out of her seat.
Oh my God.
She was fine. But Chantel said that she's that person. I didn't even slow down until it was like accelerating all the way up to the tire wall, and they hit it so hard she came out of her seat. It was I want to say it's hilarious, but maybe I shouldn't say that.
Maybe not.
But she was okay afterwards. If she had been hurt, I wouldn't say it's hilarious, but she was fine. So, okay, so that's when is it happening, Rach? This Saturday, right?
Saturday, yeah. So me and Maddie will be there, Krista will be there, and a couple other girls that, you kind of see around the place doing pageants and modelling and stuff. So we're all going to be there, and it's going to be nice, and I hope some of you guys can come because it'll be really fun.
Do you know where it is? I can't remember where it is.
It's at Bankstown. There's a big aerodrome out there, so I think it's in a hangar there somewhere.
Is it the actual Bankstown airport?
I have no idea.
So basically on Saturday night at some time, drive around Bankstown and look for a bunch of girls parading near $20 million supercars.
Yeah, pretty much.
It won't be hard to find you. I don't think there are many $20 million supercars driving around Bankstown. Anyway, that's Rachel. Okay, so our special guest, Summer. Summer, why don't you... Now, the people watching may not know who you are, so you got to introduce yourself first. Pageant introduction time. Go for it.
So I am Summer Valentine. I am 13 years old and I am going to be competing in the NAMP this weekend.
Bonus point if you can remember what NAMP stands for.
National Australian Miss Programs.
There you go. Bonus points. So, Summer, how have your pageant preparations been going? What have you been doing to prepare for NAMP?
So I've been practicing every day for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I have been visiting Kim every Thursday to try on dresses and practice with her, and just so she makes sure everything is okay.
What bit, when you say you've been practicing for the last 2 or 3 weeks, which bits have you been practicing? Has it been interview? Has it been walk? Has it been a bit of both?
It's been everything. It's been my spokesmodel speech, my interview questions, and my walk.
Oh, you guys got to do a speech, do you?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Because not every pageant has that. In fact, the only other one that I know that actually has a prepared speech section is Grand. So what do you have to give this speech about?
It's just explaining a bit about yourself and what you do. Just pageant stuff.
And how long does it have to be?
60 to 90 seconds, I think.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Have you timed yourself?
I think I'm 1 minute and 2 seconds.
1 minute and 2, because normally people actually go overtime. They panic and they forget and they actually go overtime, not undertime. So 1 minute and 2. So you've memorized it, have you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to make you say it here. Keep it secret for NAMP. I'm not going to do that to you. But Summer, also, why don't you tell the audience who will hear this later, because we're not live, but why don't you tell the audience how you actually got started in pageantry in the first place?
So I have been a victim of bullying since primary school. I think it was kindergarten all the way through to year 6. And they took away a lot of my self-confidence. So I originally started doing modelling competitions, but I went to one and they had a pageant after that night. And me and Mum thought, why not try it? And I actually won Director's Choice. And the feeling of getting the crown put on your head and the sash made me feel so happy. I really wanted to do pageants again. So I've been doing them ever since.
Wow. Okay. How many have you? I always ask everyone this. How many have you done?
I've done a lot of small pageants, but I've done 2 big ones, and I've done lots of little pageants in between.
You did Continents last year, right?
Yes, and now I'm doing this one.
NAMP, which is run by the same director, Kim. So was Continents last year the biggest one that you've done so far?
Yes.
And how did you find that experience going through a big pageant? Did you feel confident the whole way through? Was it a bit up and down? How did you find it?
It was a really good experience. It definitely gave me a lot more confidence. And knowing that Kim is doing another pageant this year, I really wanted to try it again because it just helped me gain so much more confidence that I wanted to try another big one again.
Nice. And do you have any goals for yourself as to where you want to place, or are you just going to do your thing? And
I'm just going to do my thing. Whatever happens, happens.
Yes.
Sounds like the voice of wisdom.
Yeah.
So Ruby probably can back me up on this. So it's not Regency. NAMP is on Sunday, right?
Yes.
1 p.m. I think so. It's in the afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the titles that are being awarded at NAMP are the Regency titles. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And I think there's 2 charity awards as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I just get a little confused.
When we get there.
Yeah.
I feel like Oprah Winfrey going, you get a sash, you get a sash, everybody gets a sash. There'll be a sash for everybody. Okay. Well, that sounds like we've got 2 pageants coming up this weekend. Does anyone know, is there anything else coming up for Australian pageantry rest of 2019, or is that kind of it?
I think that's kind of it from what I know.
Because Rach is in Miss World Australia, but the next stage of that's not till 2020, right?
Yeah.
So there may be another world state final, but I think otherwise after that it might go a little bit quiet on the pageant scene as everyone prepares for Christmas. Does anyone have exciting Christmas plans yet?
No. I think we're just staying home. And I think on Boxing Day, we're going out in our boat to go water skiing.
I'm sorry, I lost all that because my computer glitched. What did you say? Some of you going water skiing on your boat, and then after that, I lost you.
Yeah, so we go water skiing with our family each year. We go on Boxing Day, and we spend a couple of days there. Sometimes it's just a day trip, but we usually spend about 2 or 3 nights. We used to go down to Wyangla Dam, which is like past Goulburn, but this year we're going to Hawkesbury River because Wyangla Dam is at like 20%, so there's really no point going because there's no water.
Yeah, that would be bad if you're going boating and skiing and there's no water. That's really it's sad. Yeah, we're really, a lot of New South Wales is affected by drought very badly at the moment. So that's if we could get some rain out there, that'd be great. Ruby said, what, you got no Christmas plans?
No, at this point in time, it's just like chill. We don't know what we're doing. I've got to get past New Zealand first, and then we'll figure out what we're doing.
You're going for a holiday. That you make it sound like it's going to be some sort of arduous task. You're going over there to see your boyfriend and have a holiday. Isn't that exciing?
No,
Is that something you have to get past?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, I'll worry about Christmas once I get back.
So you make it sound like, I've got to survive this horrible holiday before I can think about Christmas. Like, wow, I'll take your spot. I mean, I'm not sure I can pass as you. There are a few differences between us, but if I got a holiday out of it, I mean, I could try. I just have to learn how to wave like you. I can't get the hands. Yeah. I turned them. I don't
think they're in time. I think they're kind of like opposite.
I turned Ruby. I don't know if Rachel and some of you saw this. I turned Ruby into a GIF. I've been taking little snippets of the interviews I've been doing and turning them into GIFs. And I went back to Ruby's interview, and 2 of them are her like with her hands. I can't do it. It doesn't look the same. How do you? I can't. I don't know how. Are you just shaking your hands like? Oh, that's more like it. It's more
like backwards.
And you just have a big cheesy grin.
Did that one, and I actually turned Ruby into like 6 or 7 different GIFs. One of hers was trying to say cupcakes with a straight face.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
Did you see that one? Ruby, do you want to try saying cupcakes again with a straight face? No, with a straight face.
We know how that went last time.
Yeah, but I'm assuming you could do better. Hey, you made Jazzy say moist the other time.
Dude, okay, hold on.
Okay, come on, you got this.
Now I'm laughing.
Don't laugh.
Zen, Ruby, Zen.
And scene. Your eyes were screaming as you were saying that. They were screaming insanity.
I know. It's so hard, though. It's such a happy word.
Summer, can you say cupcakes without smiling?
I think so.
Okay, go for it. Show Ruby. There you go. See, Ruby, it wasn't that hard. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
So these are
a lot of gifts.
Here are the Ruby gifts. Here's a cupcakes one, and then you look at the grin afterwards. Look at that grin. It's like evil grin. There's the wave, which I can't figure out how to do. And then Ruby said this one was spirit fingers. And this is when we had her on the podcast blowing out the candles where she almost set herself on fire. There are there are a few gifts here now. This one is the one that everyone.
Where's my gift of having my dress trot on?
I haven't had a chance to look at that yet, but I'm not sure that will make a really good gift because we can see you getting trod on, but there's no facial expression. But I can tell you, because someone said today their goal in life is to have me turn them into a GIF. And I said that's a pretty small goal. And she said, oh yeah, and it'd be nice to like graduate high school with honors. I'm like, yeah, that's probably the better goal to have than me turning you into a GIF. But people who have very animated faces make for the best GIFs. People who are kind of calm and serious, it's no fun as GIFs. But yeah, there are a lot of GIFs there. So if you go to giphy.com, giphy.com, and then it's /channel/Adrian Kwan, my name, then you guys can use those GIFs in Messenger and things like that. Because sometimes a GIF of a pageant queen fake crying is the only thing that actually summarizes your feelings appropriately. Yeah, like, yes. I mean, this one of Kelsey, who's Miss Galaxy at the moment. That's
really
just
funny. Oh my god,
it's so good.
And she was fake. She was fake crying that. She wasn't actually doing that. This was after she related the story of there was a fire alarm that went off in a hotel, and she had to run out. But she had her teeth whitening guards still in, so she ran out, and she still had curlers in her hair. And then she runs out, sees Maria Torres and one of the other UK girls, and she can't do it, and she's really scared, so she's almost crying, but she's got teeth guards in, so she's going like this the whole time. And then there's an older one here of Rachel's favorite queen.
Yay, Gemma!
I don't.
The way you say that.
Say what?
I like Gemma. She's so cute. She's the nicest.
Yes.
And this one really sums up a lot of how my days go. Just.
Yeah.
It's literally face palm. Rachel, why don't we talk about your pageantiversary for you? Reflect on your 1 year. Your 1 year.
I know, it's gone so fast. Like, Adrian, I remember meeting you at Continents for the first time because we'd been like messaging, and I'm like, who is this dude that does this pageant project stuff?
Was it at Continents or was it afterwards? I don't remember meeting you at.
No, it was at Continents. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I don't remember how it went. We didn't really speak, did we? It might have been one or two words.
Yeah, like in passing, kind of.
Yeah.
Like ships in the, like that.
Like this. Getting all these ways, I have to move my hands. I've got to do the Ruby wave, and now I've got to do the Rachel ships passing in the night, sort of. See, Summer, I told you that we just.
You should do again.
I'm going to put some weird words on. But because I remember after Continents going, I think it was with Louise, and then was it Churros? I think near King's Cross. I remember that.
I remember that so well. It was raining. It was awful.
Oh, I remember, because at that stage I just kept making fun of you because every time you stood, your legs were like two pieces of licorice going around and around and around and around and around.
Like
Yeah, I don't know
Yes.
how you stand like that without popping a cruciate ligament. But can you still stand like that, or you can't do that anymore?
Yeah, I can still do it. I still got it.
All right, so that taking us back all the way to when I still thought Rachel Gallagher was actually normal. So can you give us a bit of a summarize your journey over the last year?
There's a lot to summarize.
I know. Summarize some of the lessons you've learned.
I think just trust yourself more. I think that's what I've learned. Kind of just go in and do something and give it a try and kind of see what happens, and don't be stressed about the result, because I used to be one of those people who would go in and I had to get like a certain result or I'd be really disappointed with myself. Like that's kind of what I learned kind of with dancing. Like you work towards these goals, but pageants and dancing are kind of a little bit different in some ways. Pageants, you don't really go to class for 6 months and train for state, whereas you do that for dancing. So yeah, like, I don't know, just kind of letting go and having a bit more fun and doing it as long as it stays fun. I think that's something that I've learned, and also like making lots of friends and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's been a really good year. I like it.
Summer, you did dancing as well, didn't you?
Summer's a very good dancer. You're very good.
Thank you.
What sort of dance was it, Summer?
I did everything. I did ballet, jazz, hip hop, contemporary, lyrical. I did cheerleading for a little bit, but I didn't like it, so I stopped.
I've seen some of the girls in the UK and US do cheerleading, and some of the stuff they do, you basically just get thrown up in the air and you have to hope that people catch you. And I'm just like, I don't think I trust people to be paying attention enough, because, you know, they'll just be on their phone and then drop you face first into the ground. Do you still do any of the dancing, or you're not doing the dancing anymore?
No, I don't do it anymore because I got bullied at dancing, and I went from one dance school to the other, and then I went to another one, and then there were no more dance schools in the area for me to go to. And me and Mum started going to one in Narellan, which is like an hour away from where we live.
Wow.
And I would get home from school, have to rush to get ready, and then go to dance. And it was just too much, so I just stopped. And that's how I started doing pageants as well.
Yeah.
But on the subject of dancing, you're on TikTok, aren't you?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get TikTok, aren't I? Like,
Which is,
yes, Ruby,
if
do it.
ever there was a social media platform that was designed for people to do dances, like both silly dances and really impressive dances, TikTok is the place to be. So Summer, you have to, when you get a chance, go on TikTok, make sure you're following Rachel, find one of the TikToks of her dancing and then do a duet and see if you can outdo her. Because I still have that dance stuck in my mind.
You'll be like up in there. I remember watching you doing your Prince routine like a couple of months ago, and I was sitting there like, wow, this kid is really sharp and really good. And I was like, this is probably one of the best things I've seen in a while. So I was very happy with that. It was great.
I'm gonna have to get TikTok now.
So Summer, you could blow up on TikTok big time if you know how to dance. Then, and I've seen some of your TikToks, but I don't think you put one up in a while. I've seen some of the dancing, and well, I think I've seen your little brother in it as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that was like a Christmas one or something.
But you should go on there and do a duet, because Ava De Silva already did a duet with Rach, but I don't think Ava could quite keep up with Rachel's moves. So you got to see if you can keep up with Rachel's moves, outdo her. Can start a new craze. But Ruby, yes, you should go on TikTok, because I was having this discussion with Rachel Everin just this week, and at first I asked her, "Are you on TikTok?" And she goes, "No, I'm too old for that," with a laughing emoji. A week later, she sends me her TikTok, and it's of her doing this full-on pageant walk with that song, "You Should See Me in a Crown," and it's in slow motion, and she's in her whole IJM get-up at America with her sash and this, looks like a Sherry Hill Blue thing with her crown. I'm like, really? You did that? And like her first ones, I got like 500 views or likes or something like that. But yeah, a few people, I think, because I keep badgering people about TikTok, I think I've got a few people onto TikTok, which is really weird, because it's not very often that a new social platform comes on. I've got a few of the UK girls onto it. Tasha Ross is on it now as well. that was funny because her first TikTok was, what reasons I shouldn't be on TikTok? And her first reason was, I'm 23 years old. And her second reason was, I should be working. And then her third reason was, I'm an adult. And then her fourth reason was, no, I'm an adult. So.
Yeah, I've been fighting so hard not to get it because it's such a trending thing, and I'm like someone who doesn't really like to go with the trending things, but it's just like everyone I know in the world is doing it, and they're the people that I really like, and I'm like, oh, I want to watch that.
And I think, let's see what Rachel thinks, but I think it's past the point of being a trend. I think it's big enough now that it's going to stay around. It used to be Musical.ly, if any of you guys remember that.
It's like Ebola.
I remember Musical.ly.
It's a disease.
Yeah. I think Musical.ly was a bit of a fad, but I think this one is here to stay. Rach, what do you think? Is it here to stay, or do you think it's going to flash in the pan?
I think so. I think like it'll grow and everything, like how Snapchat and everything didn't used to have videos and it was just photos, and then it became videos, and then it's got everything now basically. So I reckon it will end up something like that. A lot of people are moving away from Instagram because of all the algorithm changes. So it could be like the next thing after Instagram.
Yeah.
I can see Summer nodding her head. So Summer, you think TikTok's here to stay?
Yeah, I think so. TikTok's really good. Like, I go on there in my spare time because there's like nothing to do. If I'm bored, I just go on TikTok and film videos.
I will say you can never really work out, I think, why a certain social media platform is taking off and one isn't. But I do go on TikTok every now and then, and I just go through the feed, and you'll see random celebrities from everywhere, like the guy who did the Carlton dance, he was on it. And then I found Sherry Hill, the pageant couture, and they're really active on TikTok, and they've got all these girls, and some of them I know, and they're modeling for Sherry Hill. But everyone's on it, so I think it's past a flash in the pan thing, and I think it lets you be more creative. I think it's like Instagram stories just all the time. And I was telling Rachel this, like my Instagram stories, because you can see how many have viewed it, because you're always spying on who's spying on you, because that's fun. But my Instagram stories are getting cut through, like more reach than they were before. But I don't know if you guys have seen this, but my posts, like at the beginning, maybe a year ago, I could get over 100 likes just by using hashtags. Now I'll be lucky if I get, like 20% of that. Like if I get 20, some posts sometimes have 6 likes, and that's a really big change in 1 year from 100 to 6, especially since my Instagram following has tripled in that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
same.
I don't know what Instagram is doing, but the word is that they're making it a pay-to-play platform similar to Facebook pages. So if you actually want people to see your stuff, you're going to have to pay for it. So the 2 places where you can still play for free are TikTok, Ruby Adamson. The other one is probably not as applicable to us, and that's LinkedIn.
Oh, fun. Well, that's applicable to me for my job, so yay, LinkedIn.
It's very applicable for you and your job, but I don't know if doing a silly dance on LinkedIn, actually maybe that would really work. I don't know. Why don't you try, Rach? Put your TikTok dance on LinkedIn and see how it goes. That was really hard to say. Try saying it. Put your TikTok dance on LinkedIn. Try saying it. It's really difficult.
Dance.
Put your TikTok dance on LinkedIn. Now say it 3 times quickly.
Yeah, sure. I'll be unemployed, but okay.
You will be memorable though. But we were talking about your 1 year, so I guess I've got to ask a question. Would you have done anything differently, or would you have kept everything the same?
Well, one of my goals for the year, like that I made in February, like, a bit late, but it's fine. One of my goals for the year was to compete internationally, and I did that once with Regency, and that was a really good experience for me. And then the next one was when I went to China, and that was a completely different experience and not one that I planned on having at all. So to start the year with no title whatsoever, only having done 1 pageant before, and then having done, I think, it'll be 5 pageants, I think, this year by the end of the year or whatever it is.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a lot. It's, it's kind of just exploded by itself. And I didn't really do anything to make that happen. It just kind of naturally, organically did that. So I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, I think you ended up networking with the right people. And when you network with the right people, I think good things can happen.
Absolutely.
Do you have any crazy pageant plans for 2020? I mean, Summer probably doesn't know, but Summer Rachel just started a new job. So she's now working 9 to 5, which means pageantry is difficult.
Wow.
So you've
Yeah.
obviously got Miss World, you've got state finals, but past that, Rach, do you have any plans, or are you just going to see World out and then after that see what happens?
I think I'll just, take it one at a time sort of thing. Like I turned up to the Auto d'Elegance thing for Maddie to support her at the launch. And Michael just said to me, oh, you should do it. And I was like, really? And he said, yep. And he just handed me a sash and that's what happened basically. So, yeah, like that sort of stuff just keeps happening. So if it just keeps going that way, I'll keep doing it for as long as I can until I age out when I'm elderly.
Oh dear. Summer, how old do you think Rachel is?
No one can guess this.
20, 21.
Oh, girl!
Ruby, do you know how old Rachel is?
What if I accidentally age her up?
You won't. It's fine. I won't judge you.
You could. Go for it, because that'd be really funny.
Yeah, for you.
I'm 25, 26.
I'm 26.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Girl,
Guess that. I thought you were younger.
good.
Yeah, everyone thinks that I'm younger. Yeah.
You're well preserved, Rach. Well done.
Thank you.
Summer, how old do you think Ruby is?
She knows this.
Ruby is 20.
Yeah, I know.
You
Still got a baby face though.
Same, girl, same.
do look younger than 20.
I do. Well, sometimes. The amount of times though I've gone into like a specific event and they're like, a glass of champagne, and when I was like not of the age to drink, I was like, no.
Don't.
So what age do you look then?
I don't know. Some people say I look really young. Some people say I look really old. So I think it depends on when I have makeup on.
Yeah.
And the way I do my makeup.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And Summer, what about yourself? So you got this pageant coming up, and then what else do you have planned for the rest of the year or next year? I mean, you've still got school going on, obviously, and you said you were homeschooled, didn't you?
Yes, I am homeschooled.
Tell me a bit about that, because I've never actually interviewed anyone who's been homeschooled. So is it still 5 days a week? Is it like normal school, or how does it work?
Yeah, so it is like normal school, 5 days a week, but there is a lot of work that is put into it. Like, it's surprising. I thought with like homeschooling it would be less.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just thought maybe it would be, but it is a lot more than normal school, especially for me. Like my brother, he's got a lot of work, but he finishes earlier than me in some subjects, and I'm still working. So, yeah.
Why is it more than normal school? That's surprising.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot that's thrown at you. Like, I'm very surprised about what like they want you to do.
What are you studying at the moment? What
I'm
subjects?
I'm doing all the normal subjects at school, like math, English, history, geography, PDH, health. And my mum has also put in Christian studies, so because I'm Christian, so we do like Bible studies, yeah.
And what is your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is math, because I like solving all the equations, and it's actually the only subject that I am better than my mum at.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, so I'm
have to get you to do my taxes when I get it.
Yeah, me too. I still need to do mine.
Summer, how old are you?
I'm 13.
So Rach and Ruby, you're going to get a 13-year-old to do your taxes.
I'm
Yes, you do it better than me.
Okay. put 3 numbers on a page and I'm like, I don't know what this adds up to.
Summer, if these two ask you to do their taxes for them, just charge them like thousands of dollars. You got to make it. You got to make it worth your time. And then you can tell them you can claim your tax that you can claim that back as a tax deduction, Ruby and Rachel. So if someone charges you $1,000, you can claim that back on tax.
Oh.
Accountants are a tax deduction, obviously. Okay. So Summer, there you go. I've just made you $2,000. How does that feel?
Sounds good.
So hang on. So you said that math is the only subject that you're better than your mum at, but I mean, your mum obviously is older than you. So isn't it just because she's got more experience, or are you actually saying, like, right now, if you sat down and had a math test, you would do better than your mum? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Is that because you're really good at maths, or because she's really bad at maths?
I think it's a bit of both.
Is your mum there? Is your mum there? Yeah, I was going to say, I can see you looking at her when I asked the question. I thought she was there. That's why I wanted to ask the question. So sorry, Bronwyn, for throwing you under the bus. I couldn't help it.
It's okay. I'm really bad at maths.
See, this is one of the things where I would have said, like, a year ago, maybe it's like a pageant girl thing not to be good at maths. But then I've had the other side of the spectrum where I know some pageant girls are like studying almost doctorates in maths. So it's really weird. But so Rach and Ruby, you guys maths, so you like out of 10, where are you? Right, out of 10.
Well, I'm an English teacher, so no.
Yeah, no, but your math skill, like, where is it out of 10?
Oh, it's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I'm 0.
You're 0. Rachel, where are you?
Yeah. -3? I don't know.
She's really, this summer, did you see this? I told her she's really bad at maths. I told her to give a score between 0 and 10, and she said -3.
Oh, yeah. That's not bad.
That's... Give us it's like when you do a magic trick. Pick a number between 1 and 100. 5,078. Oh my lord. Okay. All right. So to be fair, let's turn it around. Let's go to English, which I'm really good at math. So I would have given myself like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. English, on the other hand, I was okay at it, but I hated it. So English, I would have said like I'm a 4 or a 5. So Summer, where are you on English? Like out of 10, where are you sitting?
Probably a 5 or a 6.
5 or a 6.
I struggle with like the punctuation and grammar kind of stuff. So yeah, probably a 6.
Okay, Ruby, where are you sitting on the English spectrum?
I don't really know. I'd probably say maybe 7 or 8. But it depends on what we're talking about in English. Like if we're talking about writing stories, I'm really, really good at that.
Okay, what about critical essays
critical
essays on Shakespeare and things like that?
I'd probably do okay with that.
That was the stuff I couldn't stand.
I'm very dramatic when I write. That's all you need to know.
Well, you're very dramatic in person, so I just assume that all this stuff makes its way into writing somehow.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
Rach, where are you out of 10 on the English spectrum?
Probably a 10, to be quite honest. I'm one of those people who's really terrible at math, but really good with English.
Yes, it's a law of averages.
-3.
You want me to turn you into a GIF? What I want to do is turn that into a soundbite and just have that play again and again. Guess a number between 0 and 10, -3. Okay. Moving along. So Summer, there you go. You don't just have your mum beat, you've got probably these two beat as well.
Especially me.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. So let's begin to wrap this up. One thing I did want to discuss with you is we got Miss International happening. So at the moment, so just in terms of pageant use, so the Miss International pageant, which is one of the Big Four, I don't really know how it works. I've heard Grand Slam of pageantry is Universe, World, International, and Earth. And then if it's Big Five, people throw Grand in there. I don't want to trot on anyone's feelings. But International is taking place at Japan at the moment. I've interviewed both the Australian Queen, Monique Shippen, and the UK Queen, Harriet Lane. I haven't heard much from Monique. She's motoring along. Harriet is doing very, very well. But one thing I wanted to point out with you guys, because we talked about this with Australian pageantry in terms of our girls being able to compete overseas and actually take back a crown. The UK crew put together a WhatsApp group. Some, I don't know if you know what WhatsApp is. Do you know what WhatsApp is?
Yeah, I've got WhatsApp.
So they put together a WhatsApp group,
Yeah.
and apparently in a lot of these pageants, those hot picks, are actually really important. I didn't know that. I thought it was just a fan thing, but apparently they're really, really important in terms of judging who actually comes back home. And the UK girls put together a WhatsApp group. I don't know how many members it has on it, but every time there's a hot picks or a vote or something like that, they'll put it in the WhatsApp group, and then all the group goes there to vote. And it's worked really well because in the hot picks, you get put up against another person. So it might be the Australian Queen, for example, up against the Filipino Queen. The UK Queen Harriet got put up against, I think the very first one was the Philippines, which if you know anything about pageantry, it's like that's like taking on a giant. You don't want to do that. And if you beat the Filipinos, you also don't want to do that because they might not take to that too kindly. But using the WhatsApp group, they actually managed to beat the Philippines. So it was really interesting to see that the power of a little group of people, because we've talked before about Aussie Queens supporting Aussie Queens, and I know we're very spread out, but the ability to have a WhatsApp group, even whether it's for events or for appearances or even to vote for our queens competing overseas, I think it might be something that we should be looking at to help support our girls overseas, especially in the big pageants, because with Sarah Marshke, Miss World Australia, she's heading over to Miss World very soon. I mean, that's happening this month, so she'll be in London to compete in Miss World, and I'm sure she'd appreciate some support. But I think it's very difficult sometimes in Australian pageantry. You feel like you're doing it alone. And I know that Ruby mentioned Sam's event, and I know that Sam didn't have many people turn up, so I was very sad to see that. But one thing I've learned about the UK is that they really do go around and support each other, and I think that'd be something that would be really nice to bring to Australia. And if we can't do it in person, something like a WhatsApp group, I think would be really, really useful. Yeah. But that's what I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed with. Rach, what have you got coming up for the next week?
Work and Auto d'Elegance and hanging out with Maddie because we've been hanging out a lot recently, and just living my life, doing my thing.
How's work going?
It's pretty busy actually. I'm really getting into it now, which is good. I've been there for nearly a month.
Wow,
so
already. Jeez.
That's gone really quickly. I know. Yeah,
I thought it was like
crazy.
Maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. But I survived the first month, so if I can do that, I can do anything.
1 month, yay. That's what the one is for. Yay, 1 month.
Yeah, that's really what the one is for. You got me.
I was also going to say, that's the biggest number that Rachel can count to is 1. Count to 10, 1.
In the opposite way.
Dear. Okay, so basically don't go to Rachel if you want your taxes done, but if you need an essay done, see Rachel.
Yes, exactly. See me. I can do it for you. Oh my God.
Dear me. Ruby, what have you got coming up in the next week?
Yeah, so I have obviously NAMP with Mum. Also while I'm at NAMP, I will be doing headshots for people in between times, which is going to be hectic. And then I am also doing a fashion illustration for all of the winners that needs to be done before I head over to New Zealand. So yeah.
Wow, that's pretty busy.
Wow. Yeah, I know.
How much time does that leave you to do the illustrations? Because you don't know the winners yet.
Well, that's the thing. I've got to get the headshots for the girls done first. So I leave on the 21st. and after this weekend, pretty much if I sit down and get one like finished a day, then I'll be okay. But it'll take up like a whole day to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well there goes your free time. You're going to need New Zealand. Summer, what about yourself? What exciting things do you have planned coming up?
So I've got NAMP coming up this weekend, and I have also started writing children's books based on the effects of bullying.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool.
And they're all going to be published by next year.
Oh, that's adorable. I want them all.
Yes, I'll buy them. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Summer, how many books have you written?
I've done 4.
Really? I didn't know that at all. Oh.
And how? Okay, so you have 4 that you've basically finished now, and you're just waiting to publish them, or are you still writing the 4?
Yes, so I've drawn all the pictures for them, and then we'll write all of them and then get them published.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
That's really cool.
Can you give us a hint as to the titles, or can you tell us the titles, or is it a secret?
I can tell you one of them.
Yes.
Tell us one of them.
So one of them is called We Are All Queens.
I'm so into this right now.
That is perfect. I love it.
And another one is Why Am I Sad?
Aww.
We're going to have an emotional breakdown by reading these. Like,
we're going to get to the end and start crying.
Knowing you two, you'll be crying halfway through. People will be looking at you going, what's wrong with you? It's like, I'm just reading this children's book and it's so sad.
A whole tub of ice cream. Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Yes.
Summer, do you know how, have you seen how people do reaction videos on the internet? They'll watch something and then they react to it.
Yeah.
I think you should do something similar with your books when these two read it. Make them read the sad one and then record them whilst they're reading it. And then they start bawling, and then we'll put it on the internet and make them famous.
Put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
All the mascara will be running down all over the face. It'll be brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sell a bunch of books. Okay. Well, that's super exciting. Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, does anyone else want to say anything, or are we all out?
What are you doing, Adrian? What are you doing for the next couple of weeks?
Well, I always am measuring my week by who I'm interviewing and what work I have. So I know. I was going to bring up my calendar over on that screen, but I know tomorrow. I don't know how many of you guys know Michaela Rose Fowler.
I know.
I assume Ruby does. Yeah. So Michaela was Miss Intercontinental for Australia last year. It's always difficult, like which year is which, but I think for 2018. She's now Miss Global for 2019, so she'll be going over to Mexico January of 2020, so very soon as well. And I'll be interviewing her tomorrow. That's the second time I would have interviewed her, so that should be fun. So I've basically got that long to figure out why the internet's not working. And then aside from that, I don't know if I'm going to Auto d'Elegance yet. I haven't had a chance to look at tickets. Ruby, I'm assuming I'm going to NAMP with you, if that's still on the cards.
I have your ticket.
Okay, all right. So actually, where should I meet you? Do I just meet you there? At what time? We might as well sort this out now.
I'm actually going to be staying at the Holiday Inn, and it's actually, I looked at it today, it's literally right next door. So you can in the room if you want. And we'll all head down together. From what I know, we're all wearing black, so we can be like a little goth group. Just
goth queen.
Well, I'll just keep wearing this from now until the time I see you on Sunday. That's. What time do you want me to get there?
A little bit before 1. I'll be doing. I'm doing Mum's hair and makeup, Sam's hair and makeup, and my friend's hair and makeup, plus myself. So.
Wow.
Well, who's going to do my hair and makeup?
I can do you if you want.
Thank you. I need my hair and makeup done. I always get left out. It's like everyone's wearing crowns, everyone's wearing sashes, except me. I have no crowns.
The eyeshadow.
Yeah. Do your worst. I will say, because Rach is always obsessed with this. Who's that guy on the YouTube star that you're fascinated, you're obsessed with him on social and everywhere? He's a guy
with the clown makeup.
Well, he's into pageant. What's his name? If you say his name, I'll remember.
He's into pageant?
Or makeup. I know he's big into makeup.
Is it Jeffree Star?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, it's a Jeffree Star.
Yeah, I love Jeffree Star.
Everyone loves Jeffree Star.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
Coming up probably in a couple of weeks, I'm interviewing for the first time a guy rather than a girl. And I don't really know exactly how he ties into everything. Ruby might know, because when you were over at Galaxy competing internationally, do you remember Jose?
Yeah, like I think I've got the right image in my head of this guy, but yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so
He's
I'm
pretty,
interviewing
like,
him.
over the top and eccentric and amazing, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll put up a photo. That's his photo.
Yeah.
He's fabulous. Look at him.
I know.
Okay, so Rachel just had an explosion there, but I'm interviewing him at some point, and I just, for some reason, when I saw his photo and the way he speaks, it reminded me of this Jeffree Star character, because when I was talking to him organizing the interview, he goes, hold on a minute, Daddy," and I'm like, okay.
I love that. I like this person already.
I'm not sure. I was asking Maria Torres, who is this guy? Like, 'cause I don't really know who he is. And like, can you prepare me for it a bit? Because I don't really know what to expect. I think it might get a bit out of control. And I'm not sure it will be PG rated either. I don't know where it's going to go. So it should be fun.
Bring me.
Yeah, we'll see. But that's what I've got coming up. So, okay. Well, thank you to all of you for your time. Thanks, Summer, for being our guest.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Was it as scary as you thought it would be?
No, not really. It was actually the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad. That's so
You're not
cool.
scary.
No.
How often is it that you get to go on the internet and tell the entire world that your mum sucks at maths? I mean,
Not very often.
exactly. That'll make up for everything, right? That's a highlight. That'd be the highlight of your year. Yeah. I just hope after we hang up here that you're not in trouble with your mum. Probably I'll be in trouble with your mum, but that's okay.
I don't think so. I have to admit it.
Okay. All right. So I was going to say thank you guys for watching, but obviously we're not live with this. I'll put this up later. But if you're watching the replay, thanks for watching. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
What's up, guys? It's Adrian again. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to head over to pageantlaunch.com. Join our launch team for our review site. It's super important to all of us to make sure that the industry is safe, transparent, and fair. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, whack in your email address, and we'll speak to you next time.